2 more mind games: bias against yourself and blaming yourself. When Violet is introduced to a friend, she looks at her and thinks, "She's prettier than I am. Look at how gracefully she holds herself, but I bet I make more money than she does. Still, she does have a good job. She probably has more men asking her out for dates." If you have a bias against yourself, you see the world as a rigid hierarchy. You're one up, you're one down. Someone's better than you, someone's not as good as you. You spend a lot of your time and energy comparing yourself with others to see how you measure up to them. Your sense of self-confidence rises when you think you compare well, and it plummets way down when you evaluate yourself poorly, which is most of the time. You compare yourself to everyone you know, and you do it all the time. Does this describe you? You're constantly emphasizing the differences, rating people as better or worse than yourself. And as I say, generally you come out thinking you're the inferior one. To get out of this mind game, note the differences and then forget about them. Think about it and let it go. Let it out of your mind. Don't allow a judgment to follow. Don't judge yourself. The other person's successes and failures are not a reflection of your worth. And if someone truly is better at something than you are, then ask them how they became so successful and what advice they may have for you. Also, think about how the two of you are similar. You may very well find that there are many more similarities than differences and be able to relate to the other person on those levels more easily. Focus more on what went right and what you're doing right and what could go right in the future, and have confidence that you can make things better for yourself and others. And congratulate yourself. You're doing many good things, and you do many things well. So pat yourself on your back. Congratulate yourself. So here's the difference between negative self-talk and positive self-talk. So Violet thinks, "She's prettier than I am. Look at how gracefully she holds herself. But I bet I make more money than she does. Still, she does have a good job. She probably has more men asking her out for dates." Here's positive self-talk. "She's a pretty woman. I like how she holds herself so gracefully. She most likely has a good job. Good for her. I wonder if she knows any eligible bachelors for me to date. I think I'll get to know her." The next mind game is blaming yourself. Brittany has been dating Kevin for a few weeks. She thought the relationship was going fine, but one day he said he wanted to date other women and just be friends. Brittany went into a tailspin. All she thought about was, "I just got dumped. It was all my fault. I must not have complimented him enough or been a good companion when we were out on the date. I must not be marriage material. I might as well get used to being alone for the rest of my life." If you have this mind game, you blame yourself for everything, even if you're not at fault or have no control over something. You think it's your responsibility to make sure other people are happy, all your relationships flourish, and everyone has fun at social gatherings. And when things don't go the way you expect, you believe it's because of a mistake you made along the way. You focus on the negative and totally disregard the positive. You have a filter in your mind that allows in only those thoughts that reinforce your low self-esteem and low self-confidence, and you disregard anything that may raise your sense of self-worth. Any negative detail is magnified as you think exclusively about that and only that, and at the same time, no positive detail is even considered. This is a way of seeing situations and people as a glass being half empty instead of half full. So here are some ways to change your self-talk and not feed into this mind game. First of all, highlight the positive. You need to be realistic and understand what to do better in the future. Don't wallow in the negative. Rather, see the positive that you've done in the past and can do in the future. Highlight the positive of what happened. So Brittany could think about the positive things about their relationship, about what went well in their relationship, even if it didn't work out. Although taking responsibility for your life is important, these thoughts take blame to an extreme. Realize that you're not omnipotent. You're not all-powerful. You can't know everything, and your influence goes only so far. When something happens that's different from what you'd like to see, identify ways that you tried your best and give yourself praise for what you did accomplish. You have normal human inadequacies, believe it or not, just like everybody else. So Brittany can choose to have negative self-talk or positive self-talk. Here's her negative self-talk. I just got dumped. It was all my fault. I must not have complimented him enough or been a good companion when we went out on dates. I must not be marriage material. I might as well get used to being alone for the rest of my life. And she can choose to use positive self-talk. This was a good lesson about finding a man I have more in common with. Kevin did tell me he enjoyed dating me and that he thought I was a wonderful person. And I am. I'm kind, helpful, and loving. I think I'll call Janet about going to Sue's party on Saturday. I'm ready to meet someone new. What a difference.